You need to stop blaming your camera for your blurry photos. Today I'm gonna give you the simple and easy adjustments that you will need to take professional looking shots every time you pick up your camera. First off, before anything, you need to nail your exposure. What is exposure? Exposure is comprised of three things: your shutter, your aperture, and your ISO. Your shutter is the length of time that your sensor is open to the light. The bigger the number, the less light. The less the number, the more light. So 1/50 shutter would be allowing a lot of light within the camera sensor, and 1/250 would be a lot less light entering the camera sensor. The aperture has f-stops, and it controls the opening and closing of the lens that allows light to hit the camera. The lower the f-stop, the more light that's allowed towards the camera, and the higher the f-stop, the less light that's allowed towards the camera. ISO is the sensitivity towards light. Typically in the daytime you would be using less ISO, and if you were in a low light situation like nighttime, you would be using a higher ISO. Keep in mind, the higher ISO number that you do use creates more digital noise in post. Try to keep it to a minimum and add more light if you're able to. However, every camera is different, so you're gonna really need to play around with ISO levels yourself to see where best fits and what is most suitable for your camera. Stop using auto mode. Auto mode is not gonna get the job done for you, kid. Yeah, it might get a couple pictures here and there correct, but it's not gonna get the job done consistently for you. I know you don't really want to, but you have to keep your camera in manual mode, but do not worry, I'm gonna give you those simple camera adjustments to make it easy for you. So if you want a quick and clear, concise picture for when you're just running, gunning, shooting with your friends, you need to keep your shutter around 1/200 or 1/250 to reduce that natural motion blur. This is the shutter that's required for you to freeze motion when you're taking pictures, and you don't have to worry about all that motion blur and things being out of focus when you're taking your pics of you and your friends. Everyone's lens is gonna be different, but typically you want a lower amount of f-stop to allow more light to hit your camera. But if you have a lot of people within frame, you're gonna want a medium-sized aperture, maybe f4, f5, f4 to f6 to get everyone in focus within the frame. Also keep in mind, the lower the f-stop, the blurrier the background or the things that you choose to be out of focus will be. Your ISO is gonna be the only thing you really have to change. Your ISO is gonna depend on, again, if it's day or nighttime, if you're in a high or low light situation, and you adjust accordingly. Everyone's camera is gonna be different, so you're gonna have to figure out what's best suitable for you. You could also go against the grain or the rule book when going for creative looks. Just like low shutter, you can utilize low shutter, like a 1/10 shutter speed, when you wanna convey motion blur, when that's actually the artistic flair, the artistic look you're going for within your picture. That would be like when a car is driving by or a train is on its train tracks and you wanna show that motion blur of it moving really fast. So I know you've been extremely frustrated catching all these blurry photos in your camera or even your phone. I know these adjustments will definitely help you the next time you're taking pictures. If you have anything else you want to recommend to me or any video you want me to talk about, just hit me in the comments so we could chop it up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, peace and blessings.